Welcome back to our HIMSS Virginia channel. The Meet the Board series continues, and today we have Don DeMarco with us. Don, thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me.
So I'm going to start off, we try to start with the icebreaker style questions. So first off, do you like traveling? And if so, where are some of your favorite places?
Sure. Yeah, I think most people do like traveling. I'm pretty agnostic to location as long as there's an ocean and a beach. That's kind of the baseline criteria. Everything else can be figured out at that point. But definitely warm weather guy and like the sunshine.
Gotcha. No, in fact, we're probably heading to the beach here in probably a few weeks, so this should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, summer's almost there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's that time of year, right?
Yep.
So taking HealthIT off the table, if you could work in any other industry or any industry whatsoever, what would it be, or what type of job would you have?
I don't know if it's an industry, but I would have loved to have been an NHL hockey player.
Hey, I'm still waiting on my growth spurt for the NBA. So
there you go. Especially we're in playoff season for the Stanley Cup. It's very exciting times. I'm a Boston guy, and the Bruins are still in it at this point as we're recording it here. So hopefully that lasts a little bit longer. But yeah, I would have tried that route.
Gotcha. So you're a sports person. I was going to ask if that was going to be one of my questions later on, but we'll just jump to that since we're sitting here talking about it. Just hockey or NFL or?
I grew up in Massachusetts, so I'm a Boston, New England fan.
Gotcha. The Sox.
I was in Virginia for a while, and we'll probably get to my journey in a bit, but I'm now in Pennsylvania, outside of, I'm in the Princeton, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area. So not the most popular guy because there's a lot of diehard Philly folks here.
I was going to say that's an interesting area. Yeah, that's an interesting area as far as that goes. I'm a Giants fan, so I completely understand the pain of having to be in Philadelphia.
I'm surrounded by those too. So.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit, since we kind of breached it a little bit, tell us a little bit about yourself personally, and then we'll jump over to professionally as well.
Yeah, sure. So as I mentioned, from Massachusetts, graduated Bentley University. So finance specific, worked a little bit early on in venture capital. Then the internet boom hit, went to technology, found my way into healthcare on the payer side. So working for United Health Group. That led to understanding healthcare more, understanding the difference we can make regardless of where you are in the universe of healthcare. So that really sparked an interest. From the payer side, went to the provider side, relocated to Virginia, spent time at UVA Health. That's where I was introduced to Virginia HIMSS, and things really blossomed there from a provider and a care perspective, working closer in that continuum. And that really drove excitement, drove meaning to what I do. And now, as of late, I'm back up in the Mid-Atlantic, working for a pharmaceutical company and still contributing to patient outcomes and delivering the right care at the right time.
So is that really what drew you into healthcare specifically?
Yeah, I'd say the connection with the outcomes, right? And from an IT perspective, health IT perspective, sometimes it's a little unclear. You're several degrees away from that bedside or that pharmaceutical drug that's being prescribed. But now with technology being so prolific and really that boundary moving closer, we do get the opportunities to see that connection and see how our work, whether it be upstream or downstream, impacts those patient outcomes and the greater good.
Gotcha. So Don, when did you become involved with Virginia HIMSS?
Yeah, so I started down in Virginia at UVA Health in 2014. It was about 2015 when I was introduced to Virginia HIMSS, and it was by way of Lee Williams, who's a fellow board member, and I know you've recently done a chat with Lee. Worked very close with her at UVA Health. She got connected with and started playing an active role in Virginia HIMSS, pulled me in, showed me a little bit more about it, the difference it's making. And soon after, I became a board member. I was the communications chair for a bit for Virginia HIMSS as we kind of started ramping up communication, social media areas. Eventually became a chapter president, and I was the lucky president during the height of COVID. So it was a bit
Joys.
challenging and remote and everything we could do to keep it up and running, but we did, and we came out of that successfully. And today I sit as the compliance chair on the board. And as the compliance chair, basically ensuring all of our required reporting metrics and information is sent up to national HIMSS in accordance with their bylaws and operating protocols. So as a core PMO guy at heart, the role kind of is a natural fit for me.
Gotcha. It's getting to be that time of year. We're starting to transition to the annual conferences coming up in a few months. That's usually one of our highlight events. So I was going to ask you over the years. So you've been with HIMSS for how long have you been with Virginia HIMSS? I'm sorry, you said it. I may
So
have caught
since
it.
2015.
2015.
So
Okay.
yeah, almost 10
I was
years.
gonna say you're knocking on the 10-year door. That's it. Yeah. Right. So over those 8 or 9 years, what has been some of the highlights for the annual conference? Like I said, that's one of our highlight events. For you personally, what is one of the things you look forward to? And it's perfectly fine saying the golf tournament. Like if the golf
Yeah.
tournament is
Well, the golf tournament's always a great kickstart to it, right? But I think the most meaningful are the connections and the sharing of information, right? I think if I can think of not only the annual conference, but as Virginia HIMSS as a whole, the benefit there is the learnings and the information that we share as colleagues, right?
Right.
Each health system battles a lot of challenges with respect to enabling technology to better serve patients. So what I see as I kind of take a step back, and Virginia HIMSS allows me to do this, is a lot of our IT teams are trying to solve the same problems or the same challenges,
Sure.
right?
Facts.
HIMSS provides that platform where we can network, we can collaboratively problem solve, and strengthen the provider services across the Commonwealth, right? If we team together and try to overcome some of these challenges and share best practices, or hey, we went this way, may not have been the best way, or we went that way, let's see, maybe we can glean some learnings off each other. That's really Virginia HIMSS at the root, right?
Yeah.
It's bringing folks together. The annual conference always has great topics that are relevant, that are timely, that are either looking ahead over the horizon and what's to come, or kind of taking stock of, again, the challenges we're facing today and giving resources and pathways to try to overcome them.
Yeah. No, that's well said. Well said. Don't do it alone. That's the biggest thing. It's like with a group, you can accomplish so much more. So
yeah, and it's very easy to get into that mindset, right? You're in real time. You're in the care environment. You're trying to get things done right away, the best way and the most reliable way. But taking a half a step back and kind of leveraging the connections you make through Virginia HIMSS
sure.
can really benefit in those scenarios.
No, excellent. So could you describe, you touched on it a little bit, we'll try to dig a little bit deeper. Could you describe the role that you feel that HIMSS Virginia plays within the community, the healthcare community as a whole?
Yep. I think it's twofold. One, it provides, again, that collaborative environment to ask questions, to inquire, to see what folks are leveraging technology-wise and maybe process-wise that you can maybe take and apply back to your home base. But second, it's more relationships and the network and kind of the really smart, bright people you're surrounding yourself with that kind of takes you to that next level, right? And almost, validates kind of your position and where you are professionally. And again, back to, we're all at the end of the day trying to get those patient outcomes, really advance the care and the technology enabled to deliver care. So why not try to get best of all worlds working on it?
No, it's perfect. So you've been in the healthcare industry for a while. You've been with Virginia HIMSS. What advice do you have for new ones? So new people that are trying to get involved, whether they're new to the industry or new to HIMSS Virginia itself. What advice do you have?
So a couple things. I'd say take advantage of the regional events we have throughout the year. Don't wait for the annual event. If you have a regional event, go. They're very low stress, very informal. Everyone's friendly. Come over and just say hello, right?
Sure.
The entire board and really our membership as a whole are very welcoming. We're always excited to meet new folks within HealthIT. We're always excited to make connections for folks, and the door is always open. As a board, we're focused on expanding and continuing the strength of Virginia HIMSS across the state, right? So we're always looking for the board to dynamically grow and enable us to pass the torch to those coming in to keep it going. So I guess advice, just come say hello.
Yep. That's been the common theme through all of the answers. I will say now I've done a few of these.
Okay.
The very common theme is if you want to get involved, just put yourself out there and someone's hand will be out to help you and pull you along. Like, oh, hey, it's that first little effort.
Yeah.
So
even if you don't know where you would fit or
Absolutely.
what would be best for you from a board or a membership perspective,
sure.
let's have the conversation. It'll kind of surface organically through these
Sure.
conversations.
Yeah, no, completely. So a little bit of a lighter question now. What are some of the shows that you're binge watching? I was going to say, does anyone watch live TV aside from sports? I don't know if anybody watches live TV as much anymore, but
right now I'm binge watching Welcome to Wrexham.
okay, gotcha.
It's Ryan Reynolds and Rob. I'm not gonna do good in his last name, but McElhenney.
I know you're talking about. I know the show now. Yeah.
He's from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes.
They teamed up and purchased a soccer team out of Wrexham,
Yes.
Wales, and they're helping it move up the league higher up. So it's been really
Gotcha.
good.
Yeah.
Just starting season 2.
That's a documentary actually, right? Like
It's kind of filmed like that.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that I've seen the previews. Now that you said it, I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that. That was yeah. So Don, I have to ask, are you more of a morning person or a night owl?
Have to say 100% morning person.
Gotcha.
Love the
Okay.
quiet, love the start of the day, the sun rising, and the time to reflect before the craziness begins.
No, that is a very good answer. You and Thomas must share that same gene. Thomas, I think he was 4 a.m. or something like that. He's up ridiculously early. So yeah.
Not that much of a morning person. But
I was gonna say that was rough. That one was rough for me. He told me, I was like, oh yeah, that's not a time that I know exists. So how has healthcare evolved with your time in the industry?
Yeah, a lot. But as HealthIT folks, I think the biggest transformation we've seen is a lot of the companies we deal with that were legacy medical device companies are now technology companies.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
In our ways of working with them, how we implement into our provider environments, how care is delivered, the pace of change is all different. It's super dynamic, it's fast, and really technology has been playing a greater and greater role and setting kind of the boundaries and the rules around it, right?
Right.
With everything now on Wi-Fi and shared networks, cloud, IT is really at the heart of all this. And our role to make this continuum of care operate, be reliable, provide the right care at the right time is more crucial now than ever. So the evolution is lightning fast. But that said, we still got to stay grounded to core concepts.
Sure.
and processes that keep us honest and aligned, so we're delivering high quality outputs.
No, excellent. So you talk about things changing lightning quick. How do you stay up to date? How do you stay up to date with like the latest developments in health IT, that type of a thing?
Well, HIMSS is a great input into that. Whether you're participating in webinars from a national perspective, or what Virginia HIMSS or some of the other states are offering, a great way to stay connected, a great way to to see emerging technologies, to see how they're getting applied in real environments that are like yours, is one great way to stay informed. The other is just, the HealthIT websites and information available on the web. It's so mainstream now. HealthIT news and all that is really kind of keeping folks up to date and helping you kind of chart where the trends are.
Gotcha. So, final one. Well, second to final one. What advice do you have for aspiring professionals? So, whether it's ones looking to enter the field, students who are out there, what advice do you have as far as career-wise?
All right. My advice would be, you don't have to have your whole journey figured out today. Figure out what excites you, where you can add value, where there's opportunity, and start there. And the field you enter now, or the position you have now, most likely isn't going to be where you are 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. Those days are far and few between these days. So start, whether it's in the provider side, pharma, like where I am now, payer. The continuum of care is huge, and each piece and part plays a role into that final outcome of patient care. So find an area that you can hit the ground running. You can build your skills, you can build your experience, you can figure out what you like and don't like. Right. And it's going to be a windy road. I started in finance, then went to internet and rode the internet bubble for a while, found healthcare, and then kind of healthcare is where I kind of stayed committed to over, almost 2 decades now. So, leverage the skills you have and see how they can apply to future opportunities.
Excellent. So, final question, hardest one of the day, coffee or tea?
Well, with any good morning person, it's got to be coffee.
I was going to say you did. That's right. We could have led that one off, right? That was it.
Yeah. And not just coffee in the morning. It goes throughout most of the day.
Just a constant flow, right? You got the IV almost right there for you.
There you go.
Well, listen, I really appreciate your time today. This is really perfect. Appreciate being able to get on here and discuss a little bit, learn a little bit more about you. You and I we've both been at UVA at various times, but I don't know that I can't remember if we crossed at any point until then.
I think I was sandwiched right in the middle of your
exactly. So again, really appreciate it. And for everyone who is watching, first off, we'll do the YouTube thing, like, share, subscribe, make sure you drop a comment down below. But also, and let us know how these are going and how you feel about any future events as well. So, and stay tuned for the annual conference coming up in a few months and more to come.
Fantastic. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye.